Hello everyone, this is Haji Dalwal. Welcome to Tackling Tech. Hi, I'm Haji Dalwal and I'm at Microsoft Ignite in Chicago. I've had the great pleasure of meeting with some amazing people, especially our future leaders here in Chicago, who we brought together to experience the life of a flagship conference and Microsoft technologies and announcements and the whole gamut. With me is Misael, right?
Yes, Misael, yes.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for Think Chicago and IC Stars for giving me this opportunity to come in for the first time to Microsoft Ignite. And, it's a lot of information and networking that I've truly enjoyed, meeting every single person. I've had some really wonderful experiences so far about
Excellent.
learning about my journey of professionalism to go into where I want to go in the future.
All right, that's great. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Misael. I'm a Mexican immigrant currently in Chicago. I found my way to technology thanks to IC Stars, which now has introduced me to Think Chicago and other wonderful companies here in Chicago that has allowed me to expand my network and grow as a person. When I first got introduced to IC Stars, it was in the field of technology. IC Stars helps underrepresented communities break into the world of technology by using code and such. But after my IC Stars in 2020 experience, I fell more in love into the creative field of technology, which right now I'm expanded to a social media strategy with my own company called Telemisa, where I try to give people creative solutions for their issues.
Right.
And now we're learning how to actually use Copilot and AI tools to streamline my creative process.
Wow, so that's amazing. So the tools that you're learning here, especially Copilot, is actually going to enhance your capabilities with what you do.
It definitely, the things I have learned today, I realized that Copilot is just your personal assistant. And it really is how you talk to it and interact with it that you can actually, again, streamline your creative process. Sometimes it's a person that has multiple creative outlets like writing, photography, social media, Sometimes it's hard to finish a project because there's just so many points. But now that I've started using the tools like Copilot and the other one, I really have been able to kind of focus. Like, I guess my ADHD has become like super powerful now because the projects are actually being able to be made instead of saying, oh, I have a project that's not working. But with Copilot today, especially, it was Copilot Analytics that kind of like introduced me to a whole new world, and I can't wait for all this other stuff to be released.
So you can't wait to get
especially Copilot Studio too, as a creative person.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, it just helps with so many aspects of leveraging my...
You can create your own Copilots, right?
And that's the one thing I'm trying to learn more. When I found out that you can create your own Copilots, I was like,
Wow.
Okay, wow. I still need to learn more about that because we actually just did escape room where we had to use Copilot. And I've used Copilot a couple times, but I've realized that I lack a little bit more knowledge. Our program manager, Nisaini, actually is an expert on Copilot. So I might actually go and ask her some questions. But I truly knew after I played the escape room that they have here, I realized Copilot really does help streamline my way of getting out of escape room. If it can do that, imagine what it can do for other stuff.
Exactly. So you had the opportunity to sit in the keynote, right?
Yes.
And you had some nice seating and stuff like that. What was that experience like? And how was it to see our leader Satya on stage right in front of you?
I will not deny it felt like I was in those movies where you see the tech person and they introduce some life-changing technology, and that's exactly what happened. I got introduced to a very life-changing technology. On top of the creative aspect of Copilot, I really do appreciate the conversation of how can we keep our stuff safe and security. So the introduction of Azure Cloud and also the computer they have that has that security attached to it. Really, I can't wait for. I'm gonna try to invest on it next year. I realize I'm like, I need to upgrade my computer.
Looks like this has been good.
It has been very good.
You're really excited. I can see that.
It's just like a lot of information in one day, but I can't wait to do the next few days. And
This is just day one.
Yeah,
right?
and again, I want to thank Think Chicago and IC Stars. They really what they have done for the students like us, like myself, giving us the opportunity to be in rooms and be able to interact, has given me also the knowledge that I talked to Jane, who does the VP marketing for Microsoft,
Mm-hmm.
and another person. They both gave me really good life advice in regards to my career. Because at times I've done different types of jobs, but at the end goal, I think I am leaning towards social media marketing and such.
Sure.
But they said that they've had many jobs before they got there, and
Right.
to not
right,
be
right.
scared.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah,
right?
it's a stepping stone.
You get
So
there
it has
eventually.
been very what's it called when you knowledgeable and like enlightening to
Right,
talk to all this,
enlightening.
like, and also meeting you too. Thanks to Julie and everybody. It's just like everybody has taught me the power of networking, the power of talking, and the power of like interacting, being in the same room.
And the also the encouragement to come out of your shell.
Yes,
Don't be shy. You know what? If you don't ask, you're not gonna get it.
we're all
and
here to learn. You
We're all
know.
here to learn. And so, what does your future look like? What are you headed to
Oh.
with this program that you're with?
So thanks to IC Stars and in
Mhm.
Chicago, I have had opportunities to. I am an entrepreneur. I am a creative person. I want to have more creative entrepreneurships.
Sure.
You know, different businesses. Right now, I'm focusing on Telemisa Creative Agency
Yeah.
to expand it instead of just being myself. Make it an actual agency where we help like the smaller demographics, which I am a Mexican immigrant. Like, there's a lot of people that don't really use their phones and mobile devices to their full
Oh,
potential.
I see. Yeah.
So I kind of want to push for people to realize you have a full computer on your phone that you could do so much. So hoping in the
yeah.
future. Mm-hmm.
So giving back to the community, right? Educating the community.
Yes,
To use the tools that are already there to do a lot more.
because sometimes, let's be real, we waste a lot of time on our phones.
Like we said, Microsoft empower every person and organization in the world to
Very
achieve
much
more,
so.
right? So
If
it's
you-
about
There's so many people that underrepresented demographics that have ideas that haven't been tapped just because they don't have accessibility.
absolutely.
And you know, our technology is accessible. It's just, do people know about it? You know.
right. So education is important.
Mhm.
Right. Show and tell is important.
Show and
there's
tell.
people like you who's going to do that, right?
I'm pushing myself to do that, but I need to learn too. So
right. And so this is great. It's been great meeting you, and I've seen you around, and it also excites me that you're also into social media like myself.
You got me really excited when we started talking about social media.
Right. And we can do a lot more. We can work together and stuff, right? So I'm able to help you out as well. The program's great. I'm so grateful that we were able to bring you guys together.
It really, really is.
And meeting IT professionals and meeting, companies that are here.
And people from like literally
And-
all over the globe, which is still very amazing.
Right.
Like, I've had conversations with people that I would never really think about having.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to somebody, I forgot her name specifically, but she did the escape room and she gave me that advice as well. Keep following.
Mm-hmm.
Your career journey is not one straight shot. Just take the opportunities, keep networking,
Yep.
keep talking to people, but follow your passions as well, because that will.
And you make lifelong friends. Really.
Yeah,
So
very
you know
much
what?
so.
You start networking. You start building your little bubble of friends, and then it expands and expands.
Expand.
Right. So I met up with a couple of guys from Malaysia today, and I had met them last year as well. Right. So they recognized me. They saw me, and obviously with my hat, I stood out.
You have a look.
Right. That's personal branding there for you. And so they came up and they were like, "Hey, we brought this for you from Malaysia." And I'm like,
That's actually
Great.
really cool.
That's really cool, right?
Making friends.
making friends, and you're making impacts, right? It's all about that. It's about helping other people to achieve more. Use
Yeah.
what we can, build on it.
Yeah,
And,
I like what Sunny said when we started. Never miss a chance to make a first good impression.
Yes.
You know, and today it's literally every single time it's a good first impression, no matter
Yes.
what. You know,
Yes.
so I'm trying to take that mentality. I'm glad that I've been able to break down my walls
Absolutely.
recently too. But it's the first day, and I'm just there's a lot of
There's
really,
so much to absorb.
much
It's
to
like a
absorb.
fire hose, right?
But literally, the first day experience, everybody has made such a big impact in just
Mhm.
one day, giving us accessibility to talking to real life professionals. When we had
Yeah.
the luncheon, I really enjoyed that conversation. It felt very personal compared to the keynote, which was super huge. But I was overwhelmed how many people were in that room. That was like
Thousands.
amazing.
Thousands. Right. And
Like-
And you guys got here real early too.
We got here early and we had the full VIP experience thanks to the Microsoft team and everybody.
That's great. So what are your what's your advice to future leaders, the younger generation than you who are trying to, expand into this area? Well, what do you advise?
You know, as someone who has no tech background, but we are all tech adjacent because technology is all around us. Don't be afraid to step out of your box, because that's what I did. That's how I actually stumbled upon IC Stars. I was stuck on a repeating pattern as like
Perfect.
working a regular job, stuck with working, and never really moving up to the position I wanted. And I always knew I wanted to help people and make an impact, but I knew bar backing was not, I wasn't gonna do anything. So I posted on Facebook that I was looking to expand my knowledge, but I didn't have money to go to college. And someone on my social media network said, hey, I know this program, IC Stars. I didn't know what it was, but I went in for an interview and I didn't know, I got accepted. It was a really tough interview, only not that. But getting the first start of introduced to the tech world, because it's a big world of technology, really expanded my mind into what I could do. And I realized that you have so much more potential that just needs to be unlocked, and you have the key to unlock it.
And someone needs to give you that opportunity too, right?
You have the key, but you also need people there. And you have to be able to put yourself out there. You know, social media, that way I got connected to IC Stars was through social media.
The power of social media.
The power of social media.
This is what I tell people
really,
all
really
the time.
Was.
Use it. It's there for you. Use it. If you use it right, it does wonders.
It does. It does. It has connected me to many, many people. But
So use social media, folks.
That's literally how I got to IC Stars. Social media helped me, and now I try to spread that word to companies specifically and to smaller people to understand your social media is your brand.
Yeah.
You know, but I have like 3 social media, so I have 3 different brands, but one for the professionals.
That's awesome. That's awesome. This has been a great talk.
Thank you
so much. And you are?
I'm Charles Tingy. I'm a sophomore at UIUC. I'm a psych major, and I'm into digital media and graphic design.
Right. So this is great. So I had a pleasure of meeting with you. I know you've been busy. You've been here from early morning with a keynote and things like that. So you're part of a program, right? Can you explain a little bit about the program, what it does?
It's Think Chicago. I wasn't a part of the program the whole time, but I know they work with a lot of students and they try to keep talent in Chicago for like business and tech and things of that nature. My point of contact is Nisa UXS.
I see. Great. So when you got the opportunity and they said, hey, you're coming to Ignite and stuff, did you know anything about Ignite, or what excited you about it?
At first, I didn't know anything about it, but I researched it, and then I think I got excited by the fact that I get to speak to people who are doing things that I want to do and that are in the field that I want to be in, and they've already done what they need to do to be successful. And
Fantastic.
Kind of have a blueprint. Yeah.
So that's what you're looking for, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are you trying to get into? What's your future plans?
I'm looking into like consulting, like Protivity, for example, and then I like digital design and graphic design, like for Microsoft. But I just want to find wherever that fits for me.
Okay.
I'm kind of open to a lot of things. Yeah.
Definitely opens a lot of things. So what you heard from the keynote today and what you've been experiencing today, going to breakout sessions and things like that, right? And also walking around and seeing some of the technologies. What really like sticks out for you? What you're like, man, I really want to go play with that. I really want to see what this can do for me.
I think for the keynote, I think it's Copilot, because there's so many different things that you can do with it, and you can use it for like literally anything you need to use it for, and it makes life really easy. For some of the breakouts, it was nice to see like some of them using the apps and them showing us how we could create our own or use our own. And then for some of the expo things, it was cool because we got to talk to people who were like startups, for example. Like the startups were nice, and they were showing us how they started their businesses and how we could help if we wanted to join.
Well, that's amazing. That's great. That's a good one, actually. Talking to some of the vendors that we have here at Expo Hall, right? And seeing how they did that with, probably over a napkin or something like that, right? Like scribbling and said like, oh yeah, let's do this. And now they're successful, right? Yeah. So that's great. What else? So what are your other experiences like here?
It was different because it was like talking to people and networking with people that you don't normally network with, and it was nice to meet new people, especially people who like care about you and want you to succeed in your future.
Right.
And I think it was something that's important for me, like going to school and some other stuff like that. It'll help me get better and evolve.
Sure. And I hope you're feeling that genuinely. Like
Yeah.
people really do care about you. They do want you to be successful. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna, just throw them off a path or whatever. But they really want to give you all the tools and the knowledge and the networking is really important, right?
Yeah.
Getting to know the right people and making lifelong friends too. I'm sure you met a bunch of people that you're gonna try to connect with them.
Yeah.
So, what is your advice for future leaders, the folks that are behind you, or the young folks that are, like, how can they do what you're trying to do now, and what should they do?
I think my biggest advice is to soak everything in, like any information that you can get, any new like experiences that people offer you, do them, take them in, and you find the things that you like and that you find joy in, and it'll be easier for you to like pick out what you want to do in the future.
Sure, fantastic. Yeah. So it's been great meeting you,
Maybe.
and I know you'll be back again this week, and
Yes, sir.
experience even more, right? Talk to a lot of people. Definitely leverage things like LinkedIn and and some social media tools, to keep in the know, right?
Yes, sir.
You need to do that. It's just not a one-time thing, but you got to keep that going as well. So I wish you all the best, all the luck, and it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Hi, I'm here with my new friend, AB, but he's going to explain and tell you what his real name is. Welcome.
Hello, yes. My name is Abiodun Sonye. AB for short, it's Nigerian. So I like to tell people AB, it's just so simple and just...
It's simple.
Yeah, very simple.
Yeah, but your name is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
and I also appreciate, you explain you're Nigerian. So amazing. It's awesome. So you're part of a program,
Yes.
right? That Microsoft, the marketing team brought
Uh-huh.
you here. What is this program all about?
yes.
And how did you get involved with it?
Of course, I'm part of the Think Chicago program. Last year, when I moved to Chicago, I just transferred. I was looking to break into the tech scene. And I started this program called Think Chicago Ambassador. So the goal is to connect diverse students like me to tech talents around Chicago. It's like a Chicago talent attraction program. So basically, makes after you graduate, to try to make you stay in Chicago for techs and try to give you opportunities like this to network more and build your brand up. So
Sure.
that's why I got involved into it, and I got invited here, which I'm very grateful for.
Right. And I've heard of Tech Talent actually before
Yes.
too. I was part of another group, another event that actually had some students and teaching them soft skills and technical and career stuff and all of that
Yes.
fun stuff. Fantastic. So your first time in Microsoft Ignite?
Yeah, it's first time Microsoft Ignite. I'm having a blast so far. My goal coming here was to like network, like learn more, and so far I've been doing that. I've tried to build my network. Someone told me this quote. It's like it's not about who you know. It's about your network is your net worth. So it's about who you know. So I've been learning a lot, meeting new people. My LinkedIn connection have been growing. So after today, I'm just gonna reach out to them. Hey, nice to meet you. Hope to stay in touch. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, make sure though, you're creating these new friends and new network
Yes.
opportunities, but make sure you keep in touch.
Yes, for sure.
Keep in contact, reach out once in a while. Hey, you know what? I'm working on this project.
Yes.
Can I get some help here? Do you know who I
I've met
can
so many
connect
like
Yeah.
directors, managing people, and like they're like reach out sometimes. I was like, of course I'm going to. That's what I struggled with in the past, but now I've learned my lesson. So people I met here today, it's very good opportunity.
Yeah,
to, like,
just come
try
out of
to
your
network.
shell, right?
Yes.
And if you don't ask, you're not going to get it, right? That's what
Exactly.
I gave an advice earlier too. So this is great. So this is your first Ignite. It's exciting. Is this something you expected or didn't expect? Like it's pretty overwhelming, isn't it? It's a lot of people.
Very overwhelming. Like I don't think there was going to be this much people considering the ticket prices. It's very crazy.
It's
And
insane. that
It's
people-
insane. This morning the keynote was amazing. I've always like dreamed about going to events like that to see our companies like showcase their new products, and seeing the CEO was very fantastic. Learning a lot,
Yes.
and seeing the new AI features for the future was amazing.
Were
So
you
thank
were
for
you
that.
kind of in awe seeing our Microsoft CEO on stage
Yes.
right there in front of you?
It was amazing. It
It's
was
surreal,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, surreal.
Yeah. And
Sure.
and he's a great leader, right?
Yes.
And he cares about people, and he cares about the technology that we're putting out in the world.
Yes.
So good. So what else? What else have you been experiencing and things like that? What are some of the technologies that you've heard or seen that is like wow? it's like this is something like I really want to get my hands on.
Yes, I saw this showcase today for GitHub Copilot. I'm a software engineer. I'm a software engineer intern next year at JP Morgan. So it's kind of like I code a lot. So seeing these features to showcase today is going to help me reduce the bug in my code, like dramatically. So
Amazingly.
make it more
Yeah.
efficient. And it's also kind of scary too because it's getting very good and AI. So I guess that's the future. So I gotta just adapt to
GitHub
it.
Copilot.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. So this is great. I see a great future for you.
Thank you,
Right?
thank you.
And because you're like energetic,
Yes.
you're like hungry for knowledge and stuff like that, and you're going to do really well.
Yes. Also, I want to say one thing. Like, I'm very
Sure.
appreciative of being here. I feel like Microsoft should do this more for students. It's very you meet a lot of network individuals here to network and trying to get new Microsoft partners to learn about their products and what they're actually doing. So I'm very appreciative of being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is great. So, any advice for future leaders or the younger folks behind you?
Yes, I was telling my friends, it's actually a sophomore. Like, just talk to more people. The way I got my internship, or do I was here today, just talk to more people, trying to get involved and see, hey, I'm a CS student. I'm trying to like learn more about what you do. Can you have a coffee chat for 30 minutes? People will reach out to you. They're busy. They say, oh, okay, schedule time with me. And yes, it's something like just try to get yourself out there. Just closed mouth don't get fed, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
Closed mouths don't get fed. I
Yes.
love that. Excellent. So this is wonderful. This is my new friend AB.
yes,
Thank
nice
you
to
so
meet
much
you.
for
Of
being
course,
here.
thanks for having me. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed listening to these students with their experiences and what they're going to do with AI in the future. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for watching Tackling Tech. Like and subscribe to stay tuned for future episodes. We'll see you next time.